I'm still going through my 45s, seeing what works and what doesn't. So I thought we'd look at some records. I have the stuff that works, the stuff that doesn't work thus far. So these are two new ones that I picked up just this past weekend. And the first one is from Devo. And I gotta say, I tested this out for the first time today. Plays just fine, and I loved it, man. I I knew who Devo was like my entire life because of Whip It, but I only really recently sort of explored them as a band, and my goodness, such a good band. That and the other new one I picked up was Fortunate Son, Clearwater Revival, Creedence Clearwater Revival, and what's the other one? Down in the Corner. Also plays perfectly. These old 45s, they pop a little bit. That's okay. As long as it doesn't skip, I'm having a great time. So if I ever want to take a trip back to Vietnam, Fortunate Son, it's perfect helicopter jam. So those are the new ones. Let's look at what worked. Art Garfunkel, all the Simon and Garfunkel post-split stuff. There's a lot of Paul Simon, but it's the only Art Garfunkel work that I have. So that worked. The Guess Who worked. And this was Tender Years from John Cafferty and the... What is that? Hang on. John Cafferty and the Beavertown Band. I don't know how I ended up with this, and I'd never heard of that name before. But I gotta say, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. That functioned. And I don't know about this sleeve selection here. This is Columbia Hall of Fame. That doesn't go with this record, but I do like the old sleeves. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Love it. Then we have, again, here we go with these old sleeves again. I love the old sleeves, but they get so ripped up. It's like I probably should replace them. This is Three Dog Night. I've got a ton of these Three Dog Night 45s because they made music for half a century and have like a billion singles out there. But this particular one, The Show Must Go On, is a favorite in my household, and it's because of this record. I'm buying it for 50 cents and playing it over and over again. So thank goodness that one still worked. That'd have broke my heart if it didn't. Then we have the Four Tops. Oh my gosh. So good. And finally the Foundations. And I was not aware this track here, Build Me Up Buttercup, I knew that song very well, but I didn't know it was the Foundations. I thought it was the Temptations, and I was wrong about that. So that was cool. Then we come to what didn't work, and you can see for the most of the stuff I've robbed the sleeves off of. Goo Goo Dolls. I'm good with that not working. Then we come to Earth, Wind, and Fire. That really kind of bit a little bit. I would have loved to have kept that one. Simon & Garfunkel, Cecilia. I actually have another copy of this 45, and I think the B-side, which is what? The Only Living Boy in New York. I think the B-side on the other record is different, so I don't know. That one didn't work. And this one really sucked. This is Spiffy. If you're not familiar, the band The Descendants, this is Tony Lombardo's band. Tony Lombardo played bass for The Descendants in the original lineup, and he left the band because he was like in his 30s and everybody else was 16, and then deeply regretted it later on. So this is Tony Lombardo, amazing bass player, his band, and it skips. So I don't want to let the record go, but it skips, so I'm gonna have to order a replacement. So I have it with the skips, and so there you go. So that's it, and I finished up testing 45s for today. So I'm gonna spend the afternoon listening to Carly Simon, and that's my day.